It's Hold My Banner on Ness Nation with Ountae. I'm Adam. So, all right, Celtics continue on with the NBA Cup coming up here against the Orlando Magic. And, you know, I know they're all excited about their new home court for, this presentation. We'll show you what it looks like here. But the Magic, I'm surprised to even say, honestly, are worse than the Boston Celtics in the standings as we sit here right now. Now, they have not been atrocious, neither of the Celtics. But they are sitting at 3-5 coming into this one, 1-2 at home. It's another team, not Utah-like, but another team that has the ability to, there's a lot of size. There's a lot of ability to control the rebounds, the glass, all of that. Yep. You got, different guys kind of off to slow starts, like Desmond Bane definitely, and there's some frustration there. You saw him get ejected in his last game.
Yeah.
He's not maybe delivered early in his Magic tenure in the way that everyone was expecting when he got to Orlando, becoming part of that trio, that three-headed monster there with Paolo, Banchero, and Franz Wagner. And honestly, Banchero has been a little inconsistent to start off the year. I know he's averaging 23 and 10 and 5 basically, if I'm rounding up the numbers, but I think there were a lot of people that expect, like, all right, we're going to have Banchero all NBA conversation, MVP conversation. Like, what big a leap is he going to take? So, maybe I'm riding high off the win. I think the Celtics are getting Orlando at the right time.
All right, well, you promised the court, so I'm going to show off the court for the people that are at home that want to look at this.
These are stupid.
You don't like
They are. They're dumb. They're dumb. The whole tournament's dumb. The courts are dumb. It doesn't. It's so stupid.
It doesn't move you, Adam.
It's a regular season game.
Okay, hey, not to these guys. They're trying to put money in their pocket. Jordan Walsh is trying to eat off of this tournament, dog. Like you gotta respect that, man.
I will say, last year's tournament games felt a little different. Like guys did seem to care a little more.
And the guys don't now.
No, I mean, we'll find out.
We saw Embiid diving on the floor in the last game. Like
he tripped. He's old. Those bones are brittle.
Oh, yeah. But
I mean, look, I'll tell you this. Unless it's mandated by the league, the Celtics aren't hanging one of those in-season tournament champs.
Yeah, I don't.
The Lakers did it. Did the Bucks do it? Do we know if the Bucks did it?
I'm pretty sure the Bucks did it.
Then it's got to be league mandated. I have to believe that. Because I mean, truly, the Lakers, I know they love themselves some banners, although they didn't want to post the Minneapolis ones until it became convenient to do so because the Celtics caught them in championships. But I mean, like it would be. I don't want to besmirch the Beanpot. The Beanpot is an incredible tournament.
Yes.
But don't you feel like looking at it when you look up to the banner rafters?
Yeah.
The Beanpot banner just looks out of place next to all of the championships, Celtics and Bruins and retired numbers and all of that.
I agree.
This is how that banner would look if the Celtics won this tournament. It'd be like, what's that doing up there?
Yeah, I mean, I would agree. Look, I got it actually for you right here. So the Bucks did unveil their
So go win something. Milwaukee did recently, but and I guess the Lakers technically did too.
So
go back to the bubble, but
whatever. They unveiled it, So I agree. It's dumb. But, going back to this game just as a whole, like I don't agree with you, honestly. I think the Celtics are losing this one just because I think this is a kind of a get-right spot.
This one or these two?
This one.
Because they have two games with Orlando.
Sunday, I think they're splitting. But I think the Celtics are taking Sunday, but I don't think they're taking Friday.
Okay.
And the reason that I don't think they're taking Friday is, one, because I do think these players care so much more about the NBA Cup game because it could mean more money, especially for a team like Orlando that's never won anything.
Yep.
This is the opportunity for them and their coaching staff to say, hey, there's an opportunity for us to win one. Like, I've been there in those situations before where, like, your team didn't have a great year before, didn't finish the way that you wanted to, right? And you're in this tournament, let's just say Hawaii, like we used to do in college or whatever. Yeah. And you're like, this is a spot for you to go out and play against some good competition and say that you won something, right? And it gets you on the right path, you think, at least as a coach and coach speak, towards winning the real goal, which is to win the championship or to cut the nets in college basketball and that type of thing, right? So I think for the Orlando Magic, they're looking at this as they have some rest now because they played their last game on Tuesday when the Celtics played on Wednesday, right? Mm-hmm. The Celtics have to travel to come to their home to protect their court. The Orlando Magic want to play the Orlando Magic, whoa, that stupid song. So, I just think they're going to come into this with a lot of energy, a lot of effort, Pace is a good thing for them, too. They are a team that plays really fast as well. I believe they're 6th in the league in pace right now, with the Celtics being last. They're going to try to control the pace of this game. We know that they're a bigger and more physical team. They are one of the best offensive rebounding percentage-wise teams. So available offensive rebounds, they go and get them. I think they're top 3 in that category. So this team will go to the glass. Obviously, they're not as great of an offensive package as they've been over the last couple of years, but this could be a get-right spot for them. So I think they nudge past, because I know how these cup games go. They're always super tight. I think they're going to nudge past the Celtics on Friday, but then I think the Celtics take care of them a little bit going away, maybe like a 6-7. 6-7.
There it is.
6-7.
You just kind of have to do it,
Yeah,
right? When you say it, you kind of have to do it.
6-7 point win on Sunday.
My kids are going to be livid I didn't do it with them.
my
I feel like I've already done it multiple times on chat. I couldn't do it again. 3's going back to the well too many times. Also, Ountae hit it like 4 times right there. he just kept giving it to you. Tell me again, what was it? There it is, 6-7. There it is.
Yeah.
You know, I think Celtics fans, for the most part, obviously you want to win every game, but I think Celtics fans generally would be satisfied with a split. And these 2 games are going to happen before we're back with you on Tuesday. To be very clear, I'm not saying that the players don't care.
Yeah.
And that they're not.
You just don't care.
I don't care at all.
And that's fair enough. Me and Travis used to talk about that too.
I'm not getting any money if they go out and win the NBA Cup.
Yeah.
Although I can't help but notice we got the table today in front of us coming off this win. If the Celtics win Orlando twice, there might be a full spread here.
We might have
like Tuesday.
some edible arrangements, some chocolate covered strawberries coming out. Who knows? I did want to ask
flowers up here.
I did want
something decorative.
I did want to ask you about this NBA Cup, like in the future, right? This is just kind of an overarching conversation about the Cup. Like, how do you weigh this as a fan, or like, you know how like we get into these debates, right? How good this team was, that team was, blah blah blah. This player, like, how do you weigh that? You know, when you're going forward, or like even like in a Hall of Fame conversation, right? When you're trying to weigh somebody's Hall of Fame contribution, like, how do you weigh NBA Cup?
3-time NBA Cup champion.
Yeah, but I'm saying,
it goes on your resume, I guess, but I don't weigh it at all.
So they get nothing for it?
Not to me.
I wouldn't say nothing. Like, you know what I mean? Because they're all trying. They're all trying to win money. This is like a bubble championship. Like, you don't count the bubble championship.
No, it's
like, it means something. It means a little bit less, but it means something.
I know things aren't going so well at the Heights for Boston College football.
Yes.
And they did not win this game. But let's say, hypothetically, Bill O'Brien led that team to a Pinstripe Bowl win last year. There were a million bowls. Like, I remember Syracuse. I went to Syracuse, and I remember back when I was there, they had a great regular season, you know, by Syracuse standards. In fact, actually, I think, as I remember right, I think it actually was legitimately a really good regular season. But they were playing in the Big East. Like, it's not like they were contending for a national championship. And they put them in the Insight.com Bowl. But my point is, there are a million of these things, right? That's why they had to expand the college football playoff. There's one NBA Cup, but that's why I was going to say, like, I think the bowls are just a rung below maybe the NBA Cup, like these lower level bowls,
the
not all bowls. No, but you know, I just don't. No, to me,
it's tough. It's tough. That's why I wanted to ask you, like, you know, how do you weigh it?
I don't weigh
it.
Fair. I guess it goes on the because I'm not gonna attack a guy for not winning an NBA Cup. So in the same vein, how much credit am I really going to give him for winning it?
But
like we sit around. Tell me how many conversations have people had about, you know, Charles Barkley never won a championship.
Yeah, but I feel like we're also getting away from that.
Never won a championship.
I feel like we're getting away from that a little bit, though. Just a little bit.
But they won the NBA Cup. I know it wasn't around back then, but you get the idea.
Certain players don't have those expectations, though. I feel like we're getting away from that.
The greats do.
Yeah. You're not hearing anybody say Luka doesn't have a championship. You know what I mean? You're not hearing anybody say.
Kinda do.
Who? I haven't heard that.
You don't think by the end, if Luka never has a ring, especially playing as a Laker now, that's not going to catch up with him? It's not going to prevent him from being a Hall of Famer because of everything else that he's done. But that's not going to be on the resume, the fact that he never won a championship? Of course it will.
When I hear people talk about, like, greatest
people still Carmelo never won, and people talk about it.
Right. Well,
he was a great Olympian.
I'm saying, when I hear people talk about greatest of this, greatest of that, like, people are giving Westbrook a lot more coverage over people who've won championships. You know what I mean? Same thing with James Harden.
Triple-double records and that type of thing. Individual achievement.
Right. So if Luka's averaging 40 and 5 and 5 like he is right now,
but nobody's ever going to say Luka's not great, but they will say, if this is applicable, that he's not a champion.
Fair enough.
It's going to be part of the conversation. Let's go back to Orlando for a second.
Okay.
Because the Celtics, you know, for all of the warts that they've had along the way in starting off the year, they've played, I'm not going to say a tough overall schedule, but there have been some tough opponents.
Yeah.
You know, you have Philadelphia twice, which is definitely exceeding expectation
Cleveland.
compared to a lot of people. Cleveland, New York. Houston. You look at Orlando, who, again, a lot of people, I'm pointing at you, want to put in this Eastern Conference contender conversation going into the year.
You too? You had them as a 3 seed. We all did.
3, but not like... Didn't you and Travis have them
them
represent
going to
the
the
East
finals.
in the NBA Finals?
I
didn't get there.
And you have them in the Eastern Conference Finals or something like that.
I don't remember, but I did
We had
them represent these.
probably one or two more
Here's
games.
my point. You've played. I guess if I'm going to shout out Philadelphia, I kind of have to, by virtue of record, shout out Chicago, even though I don't believe in it. But fine, good team record-wise.
Yes.
Philly's also there. And that's it. I mean, Atlanta.
Detroit?
Atlanta. I guess Detroit. Like, Detroit, to me, is not an upper echelon.
They're 6-2 as well.
Fine, by record, I guess.
They played some good competition then,
I
dog.
think the Celtics have had a tougher schedule to begin the year.
I could agree. I could agree with that.
Okay, so baseline, let's just call it
But we
that.
also don't know, like, we think the Cavs are good. We think the Knicks are good. They also haven't played up to their expectations as well. So, I mean, we have to find out. We're 8, 9 games. I don't know. 8, 9
You did it. It's like a Twitch now.
8, 9 games. 8, 9 games. All right, I'm tired of talking about this. I feel you, though. I feel you. The Magic haven't had as great of a schedule. This is an opportunity for the Celtics to show us their
I'm inclined to agree that we're going to get a split. Now, I'm not as sold as you are that Orlando wins this next game.
The Friday one.
Yeah. But I do think whichever team wins loses the next one.
Yeah, I agree with that. I can see that. I mean, I think the NBA Cup game is going to be close. I think it's going to come down to late game execution. So, you know, the Celtics have had some blunders late game as well.
Yeah.
They've also looked great late game. So, you know, we'll see which Celtics team shows up. So,
is there a building block for you off of what you saw against the Wizards, either stylistically, again, more mid-range and fewer three-point tries, and hopefully more efficiency there and all of that? Obviously, try and avoid turnovers, which they did successfully in this last game. Or does it come, you know, maybe more down to certain individuals?
Well, so what I do like about this Magic team is that they do run people off the line. They actually give up the least amount of three-point attempts per game in the league right now. So that leads you to have to go and shoot mid-range jumpers and layups and all this other stuff. They foul a lot. They will foul you. So, you know, if the Celtics team does what we think they can do, which is get to the rim and draw fouls and knock down free throws. They are a good free throw shooting team. Like, this could be some good building blocks from that Wizards game, like you said. I think the 76ers game, going back to the last NBA Cup game that they played, give me even more hope because of the way they finished out the game. They finished strong, and they finished against a team on the road once again in the NBA Cup and did the things that they were doing that a lot of people doubted that they could do. So, you know, going into this Magic game, I think those are some of the notes from both games that they should be able to take in to a win if they can do it.
We'll explore a little bit more. One of the great things about this show is that we pay attention to you out there. These shows, they're on Nesson Nation, but after that, they hit the YouTube channel on Nesson, and you should check that out. In the comment section, it's there for you. We go back, we look at what you're saying. Hopefully you're saying nice things about us, but honestly, even if you're not, it's okay. We love the engagement. And when it's critical or complimentary of the team, we want to react. So we're going to do a little Celtics commenter YouTube mailbag section. There's a smoother way to say that. I just haven't found it. We're going to do that when we come back. Stay with us.